Tak, vítejte u epizody číslo 2, pardon. A my budeme pokračovat s naším TOS charakterem. Máme tu prokecnout admirála, tak uvidíme, co pro nás má. Vrátíme mu quest a dostaneme tenhle pěkný phaser.
If you feel that your ship is ready for its next mission, I can give you new orders. Stay safe out there.
You have just earned your first skill points. Click here to learn more.
Tak, skill points trošku později. Teď se podíváme, co...
Ever hear of Edrin 4? Jim Kirk got into a tussle with the Gorn there and barely lived to tell the tale. Both the Gorn and the Federation have teams there now. I'd like you to back our new people up in case the Gorn decide to engage in a little cowboy diplomacy.
Tak tohle je vyloženě kandidát na výměnu. Toho určitě vyměníme potom. Ale máme tady další phaser. Typ 3, phaser rifle. A první dilithium, wow.
Stay safe out there.
Click this button to beam up to the system map.
Tak, nejdřív se podíváme na ten skill.
Skills will increase your effectiveness in both space combat and ground combat.
Já jsem dlouho zvažoval, jak pojedeme tady tenhle vědecký charakter a zvažoval jsem turety, že bych jel prostě čistě jenom na turety, anebo že pojedem na torpéda. Takže to budeme zatím tak nějak lepit turety versus torpéda a uvidíme, co z toho vyleze, ale primárně pojedeme na exotický damage, protože ten je pro vědce prostě alfa omega. No a teď je otázka, jestli si dáme první bod do projektilu. Jo, ještě bychom mohli jet mini, no. To je taky pravda, na ty jsem zapomněl. Uvidíme. Teď je otázka, jestli tohle nám přidá skill bonus plus 50, total damage increase 25%. No. Tak, to bychom měli. Ježišmarja, neříkejte mi, že to zase spadne. Tohle už je otravné. Prostě jako kdyby ta hra neregistrovala, že vy v té hře jste, mi to přijde, že prostě ona si myslí, že jste AFK dlouhodobě, tak vás vykopne prostě. Nevím proč. Jinak ten red alert si uděláme, co jsem říkal. Connection server, jako jestli si někteří z vás myslíte, že mám špatnou konektivitu, opravdu nemám, fakt ne. Tohle prostě dělá jenom ve Star Treku a dělá to spoustě lidí. Aspoň teda, co já vím. No.
Welcome to the Sol system. All visitors to Earth's space dock are required to fly close enough to the station for our tractor beams to lock onto your ship. Our automated systems will notify you when you are in position. This is Earth Space Dock. You can dock whenever you are ready.
Click on the icon beside your mission to order your crew to plot a course to your next mission. You are now in Sector Space. Sector Space is the main overworld map of Star Trek Online. From here, you can travel to different planets and systems. Sector Space is a no-combat zone.
To je zajímavé, já jsem myslel, že je to tam automaticky. Že mě to tam automaticky to portne, ale my tam budeme muset, já asi nemám, ale mám warp core, ne? Máme warp, tak nevím, proč mi to tam nechce pustit. Dokonce nám ani nefunguje speed, že bychom si boostli speed, takže tam budeme muset fakt jako doletět manuálně. Oh my god. No jo no. Ale už jsme lieutenant, to je dobrá zpráva. Overflow bug, what? Tohle taky vidím poprvé, to jsem ani nevěděl, že tady něco takového existuje. Tak jestli to krašne pokaždé, když přijdu do nové lokace, no tak to bude prdel tady toto. Ježíši Kriste.
We're reading several Gorn ships on our sensors as well as the USS Zhangha. The Zhangha is hailing us now.
Welcome to Edrin 4. I'm Bridget McKinnon, CO of the USS Zhangha. Glad you could join us. My science teams are on site and conducting initial surveys. Apparently, this place is quite the geological marvel. We're not the only ones present, though. Our friends from the Gorn hegemony aren't terribly chatty, but so far they're keeping the peace. Well, I'm sure my people wouldn't mind an extra hand down there on the geological marvel. Feel free to join the party.
OK.
Captain, the Gorn are scanning us. They might not be talkative, but they are curious about us. Orders? I recommend caution when dealing with the Gorn. They can be easily provoked. We have entered the orbit of Edron 4,
Transporter
Captain.
room to bridge. The geological team, supplies, and gear are ready to beam down to Edron 4.
Lowering shields for transport. I'm detecting some unusual energy signatures in orbital space near Edron 4. Recommend we perform a deep scan of each. They could be hazardous. Strange. For a moment there... It's nothing, Captain. Thought I was picking up an impulse drive. False alarm. I'll recalibrate the sensors. Don't want to be jumping at shadows here. Captain, the science and engineering teams indicate that they have made it to the surface and made contact with the science team from the Zhangha. The rest of the landing party is standing by in Transporter Room 1. They're ready to beam down when you are.
Tak na té orbitě zaznamenali nějakou zvláštní energetickou signaturu, ale senzor nic neukázal, neodhalil. Pak přišla zpráva z planety, že nás tam potřebují, takže jsme se portli, nebo se portujeme právě na planetu. Jinak na planetě probíhá federační výzkum geologický, tak uvidíme, co z toho vyleze. Planeta patří k Gornům, což jsou ještěrky klingonské. Já jim jinak neřeknu než ještěrky.
There you are. Better late than
A jsme
never.
tady.
Ensign Skavron, Starfleet Corps of Engineers. Lovely planet we've got here. Charming even, if you're fond of heat and rocks. Still, it's not a complete wash. To say this place is mineral rich would be an understatement. My first assignment out of the Academy was on Vulcan, working at a geothermal power site in Shikar. Great people, the Vulcans.
To je o
Good
něm
arguments,
víceméně
though all the logic
tady
comes off
vykládá
dry for my
o
tastes.
jeho
This is my
historii.
first deep space assignment,
You can
and
find
I'm
mission
damn glad
objectives
for
on your
it.
mini-map.
Hope we're going
or
to
by
travel to more than desert worlds, though. I hear Riza's nice this time of year.
Jsem chtěl si dát to. Mám rank na to, abych to použil? What? Tak proč mi to dává? Commander, aha. Tady je Lieutenant taky. Aha, dobré. Tak to zatím nepoužijem. Máme oskenovat minerály.
Formations beyond this ridge.
This looks like a good place to start our scans.
Nice to see a report was spot on for once. The mineral deposits here are remarkably pure. This carbon deposit is unusually pure.
Karbon, aha.
Apparently the Metrons don't prepare half-rate planets. Whoever gets the mineral rights to this planet will be pleased. Very pleased indeed. My readings indicate there might be dilithium on this planet. I'll need to take more scans to be sure. The variety of minerals in the topsoil alone is astounding. The soil here has a high concentration of sulfur. Either my tricorder's broken, or the soil here has an amazingly high concentration of sulfur. What the? Mortar fire? We'd better head back to... Whoa! The mortars have closed off the pass. We can't reach the camp. Who would do this?
Look! Over there!
It's the Gorn!
OK, tohle jsou nějaké zaostalé štěrky. Vypadají jinak. Já furt...
Captain, this is Lieutenant Newman. One of the Gorn ships just exploded. They're blaming us and attacking our forces on the surface and in orbit. Captain McKinnon tried to explain, but they aren't responding to any hails. Way ahead of you, Captain. We're defending ourselves, and our shields are up, which means we can't beam you back to the ship. Afraid you're on your own
Over
for
there.
now.
There might be a way out of this infernal canyon further down the valley.
Jo, nejspíš se máme vrátit zpátky.
We need a way out of this canyon. Have you read Captain Kirk's report on this place? We have all the materials we need here to make bombs. They won't be pretty like me, but they'll get results. If you can collect the materials, Ensign Hunter and I will work out where to place the explosives. We're going to need at least 3 bamboo containers, sulfur, potassium nitrate, and coal.
Collect bamboo. Aha, to je proč to tady blikalo, protože ono to chce ten bambus.
Good. Let's take these materials over to the bottom of that huge rock. Right. Ensign Hunter and I will construct the bombs we need to bring down this rock across the canyon. Keep them off us! That's the easy part. It's up to you to keep those angry Gorn off us while we work. Hope you're a good shot. Crush that coal up good, Hunter. Not like that. Finer. Careful with that. Potassium nitrate can react explosively with these materials. Now, mix it with the coal. Carefully! I'd rather not get blown to pieces today, if you don't mind. We're just about done. Done! Now let's get these bombs in place. Well, now that Ensign Hunter and I did the hard work, it's time for you to pull your weight around here. You need to place these charges under the rock. Spread them out, though not too far. I'm sure you can figure out an optimal placement.
The bombs are primed to blow. We should move to a safe distance.
Fire in the hole! Ha! Back in the academy, they said that in the battle of man versus nature, man loses. Absolutely. We should be able to climb that rock just fine. It's steep,
I hope the
but
scientists
a
are
minor
all right.
obstacle for us nature
The Gorn aren't
conquerors.
known for their mercy.
Just, watch your step.
Looks like some Gorn came through here. We better hurry.
Tak, zachráníme.
Thank you. Things were looking pretty grim there for a moment. The Gorn. They kept saying the deaths of their people would be avenged, but we didn't do anything. I haven't fired a phaser since the academy.
Glad you're in one piece, Captain. It's clear up here for the moment. Transporters are standing by. Looks like the Gorn have exercised the better part of valor, Captain, but the Zhangha's in rough shape. Captain McKinnon is hailing us now.
Good to hear from you. Thank you for saving my people. We're making repairs, but it'll be some time before our engines are back online. We're picking up Gorn warp signatures on our long-range sensors here. They're coming back!
Ship is under attack. You can fire all weapons at once by pressing the space bar. Target's shields have failed.
Thanks for covering us. The Gorn would have made short work of my ship otherwise. I owe you one. Slow but steady. Our warp drive is still disabled, but we're making progress. Thanks. I hate to ask, but something's bothering me. We picked up strange energy readings before the attack. It could be nothing. Sending it now. I'd start with the debris of the Gorn ship that was destroyed. There might be a clue there.
Captain, the crew of the Zhangha were onto something. I ran a deep scan analysis of the Gorn ships aren't as tough as a Tellarite design. But our scaly friends know a thing or two about hull plating. Whoever fired this shot knew exactly where to hit them. Not with the data we have now, but the science team just found another strange energy reading nearby.
Zajímavé. Loď je talarická, nebo aspoň má design talarický. A je tu ještě nějaká zvláštní energetická anomálie.
picking up debris from the Gorn ship, and some trace elements of weapons-grade plasma. Sir, I know who did this. It's the Romulans.
Romulani?
I'll shave my eyebrows if I'm wrong. It's the Romulans, I'm sure of it. There's more bad news. The Gorn are coming back, weapons hot. Orders?
It's the same ship as before. Doesn't look like they're back at full strength, though.
Target's shields have failed.
We thought we could share this space equally, Federation. Your unprovoked act of aggression against our research vessel tells me otherwise. I see no Romulans, only Federation ships. Do you think me a fool, Captain? Most convenient, Captain, but I am unconvinced. Produce these Romulans that you claim destroyed our ship, or prepare to pay for your crime.
Captain, I've got an idea. If we can generate a charged particle burst, we might overload their cloak.
Oh.
You're quite the clever one, Captain. Too clever, I'm afraid. No one can know of our actions here today. Your death, while regrettable, is necessary. Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
Well fought, Federation. The hegemony will remember the Romulan treachery today, and your assistance in exposing it. I propose...
So there was another player on the field. Nice work out there, Captain. We'll be heading for the closest starbase soon, but we'll be back to finish our work here, along with the Gorn, I'll wager. I think the Romulans will take a pass, though.
All decks have reported in. We're ready to disembark on your order.
Most missions can be turned in remotely. Click the icon next to the mission to report to the contact and turn in the mission.
Good to hear from you. I've read Captain McKinnon's report. Sounds like things got a little rough on Edron 4. Still, the diplomatic corps thinks your actions will make a difference in future talks with the Gorn. Well done. Stay safe out there.
Lieutenant.
Starfleet hasn't heard from Deep Space Station K-13 in a while. It's in a tactically sensitive part of the quadrant, and the brass is getting concerned. Get out there, find out what you can, and render assistance if needed. And hey, be careful, okay? This could go sideways, fast. Stay safe out there.
You are now in sector space.
V popisku videa je chyba. Já jsem tam dal Deep Space Nine, ale ono je to K13. Aha.
We've arrived near Deep Space K-13, Captain. This is odd. I'm not picking up any comm traffic. No signals, nothing at all, from K-13 or the other ships in system. Sensors aren't detecting enemy vessels or warp signatures. No signs of combat either. This is peculiar. I'm not sure what to make of it. Captain, the other ships are raising shields and charging weapons.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Já jsem minul. Vážně? Já myslel, že torpéda nejdou minout, že se navádějí, jo, ale evidentně jsem minul.
All ships disabled, Captain. Captain, those were the Starfleet ships assigned to patrol this sector. I don't think that was a war game or training sim. Their weapons were at full power.
Stay away! They're taking control! Don't come near us! They'll take you too! Ah! This station came from...
Message from Starfleet Command, Captain. We're to investigate the situation immediately.
Tohle je pro mě nové, vůbec netuším, co by to mohlo být. To je zajímavé, mi se v tom kroužku neobjevila žádná interakce na sken. Až teď.
No signs of combat on board the station, Captain. No hostile life form readings either. Everything's quiet. Sensors are picking up a number of life signs over there, but I'm not reading any unusual activity. All of the station systems seem to be functioning normally. Think we should beam over and have a look around?
Talarita je to inženýr, jo. Samozřejmě, jak jinak. Já už z toho šílím tady z tohle. Pokud by někdo ze zkušených hráčů věděl, proč mi tady tohle dělá, uvítám jakoukoliv radu nebo pomoc. Už jsem to řešil i na Redditu, všude možně prostě a nejsem schopný přijít na to, proč mi tady tohle dělá ta hra. Nevím proč. Prostě dělá mi to jenom Star Trek. Ale co znak zjišťoval, tak to dělá více lidí.
I don't like this. No one's at their duty stations. Not even the transporter operator. Station's not on alert. What's happening? Tricorder's picking up a life sign nearby. Looks like they're in sickbay just across the hall.
Tak se podíváme na Scarvina. Scarvin má nějaké...
Those blast points on the wall are from phaser fire. There was a fight here. But with whom? No sign of Klingon or Romulan weapon fire, just Federation.
The lights have all been dimmed, but it looks like sickbay's still operational. Over to the right.
Someone was expecting a fight. Against whom or what? I have no idea.
Ani jedny dveře nejsou funkční.
Captain, I think I saw motion in that room to the left.
Stop where you are and turn about slowly. I need to determine if you are infected. Neural parasites. A life form last encountered by the crew of the Enterprise at Deneva Colony. Those possessed by the creatures tend to engage in hostilities with the uninfected, the better to render them fit for infestation. Temet, and while you have not engaged in hostilities thus far, I have seen infected employ false passivity in order to lure unwary prey. A tricorder scan of your adrenaline levels should verify your status. Scans show a slightly elevated level of adrenaline, though nowhere near that of an infected life form. Thank you for your patience. One can according to Starfleet data files, the parasites can be safely destroyed by exposure to high-intensity ultraviolet light. My attempts at reconfiguring the station's lighting thus far have been unsuccessful. I am a physician, not a habitat engineer.
Aha, takže loď napadl nějaký zvláštní parazit, s kterým se setkala už Enterprise. Dá se zničit nějakým vysokým světlem a máme se podívat na data.
As a precaution, I have developed a serum that can render a person toxic to the creatures. However, medical supplies here are limited. I have enough serum to inoculate your landing party and one other person.
Aha, takže ona nám dokáže dát.
Now there's a voice I wasn't expecting. I take it you heard my distress call then. Well, in case you haven't noticed, the station's been overrun by neuroparasites. The wee devils are back with a vengeance. I'm afraid not. I'm in the auxiliary control room down on the engineering deck. The place is filthy with parasites, so you'll understand if I don't go out for a wee jaunt.
I have secured a small amount of security gear. It may give you another edge against the parasites.
Equip your bridge officers by selecting them, then double-click an item in your inventory to have them equip it.
If we pass through the mess hall, we can access a turbo lift to reach engineering. Whenever you are ready.
Takže paraziti, jo. Tady se mi ukazují červené tečky, ale nikdy...
These crew members, they are all infected by the parasites. Be careful.
Enemy targets on sensor.
The creatures continue to be resistant to tricorder scans, sir. It may be fascinating. I'm detecting an unusually high level of tachyons nearby. Based on these readings, it is possible that a temporal event has occurred on this station within the last 4.2 hours.
Detekuje tachyonovou energii, což by nemělo být. A že to je přinejmenším fascinující. Tak uvidíme, co z toho bude. Jako musím říct, že zatím ten příběh fakt úžasný, tyjo. Doufám, že se nenakazím. Jaký covid, kurňa.
The auxiliary control station is down the hall to our right. I'm reading a single human life form within the room. The biosigns match those of Commander Scott in the Starfleet Medical Database. Someone must have raised the security field to cut off the auxiliary engineering section from the rest of this deck.
Jo, to jsem pochopil. Ale kde ho vypnu? Tady, že by?
Hi there. It's good to see a friendly face. There you are. I was beginning to get a bit concerned. Thought you might have been taken by those little beasties. I'll just lock the door so none of them can get in while we discuss our next course of action. Now that you're here, we've some work to do. The way I see it, we need to get to main engineering and turn on the station's ultraviolet lighting.
While I cannot attest to the ability of UV light to sort death...
Aye, she's a Vulcan, all right. I was trying to override the lighting controls from here. It looks like someone sabotaged several duotronic relays. We have to repair them if we're going to have any chance of saving the station. Before we go, grab yourself a kit from the crate there. It might come in handy. We better get a move on. The parasites aren't ones to loiter about. Aye, this is one of the broken relays, right here. That one was easy. Just a few more to go. Alright, there are several ways through the engineering section here. Keep in mind that the parasites tend to stay in dark corners. If you want to avoid them, do your best to stay in the lit areas.
Já už jsem tak dlouho nepoužíval klasické vědecké skilly.
Remember, the parasites like the dark. We devils that they are.
Asi jo, obejít to musím.
I'll have this fixed up straight away. That takes care of that. No trouble at all.
Jsou jenom takové fleky na zemi, jo.
Our odds of success are greatest if we remain in well-lit areas.
This one just needs new fuses. There we are, good as new. Now this may be a bit tricky. Just a wee bit longer. There we are now.
Dobře, a tady jsme se měli, jo, protože tady tohle. Aha.
Ah, it looks like someone has overridden the command codes. You best get to the command center and see what you can do from there. I'll stay here, barricade the door, and keep trying to get those UV lights going.
Look, who are those soldiers? They're definitely not Starfleet.
Jak to, že na něho nefungovalo to světlo?
Get the lights while the commander's down.
Ale ne.
They're dying. All of them.
Salvage what you can and send a squad to kill the Federation vermin.
We need to talk. Actually, the name's Daniels. This may be a little difficult to absorb, but recent events may make it more plausible. I'm actually from the future. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting. That's why I'm here now. The aliens we're fighting are called the Nakul, and they're waging a temporal Cold War with us. They're trying to change the timeline here in order to disrupt the future. Understand that I follow a temporal version of the Prime Directive. There's only so much I can reveal to you. Trust that we're doing the right thing here. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting. Time's a factor. We need to stop the Nakul from obtaining the neural parasites. The Nakul ship that brought these invaders is now fighting the USS Ptolemy. Someone must have sent a distress call. Unfortunately, Ptolemy is no match for the Nakul. Neither is your ship, at least not alone. We should eliminate the parasites on the ships you fought earlier. Those crews will help you once their minds are their own again. It's risky.
We can return to the ship on your orders. The Ptolemy is holding the Nakulov while we rescue the other ships, but they won't last long. K-13...
I'm transferring command codes to you now. Use them to remotely access the computer on those disabled ships and emit an ultraviolet flash inside.
This is Captain Seralt of the Ptolemy. We have engaged the enemy ship, but we are outmatched. Please restore those ships and join the fight quickly.
That did it, Captain. Looks like everyone's coming around. The parasites are gone.
This is Captain Doherty of the USS Myrmidon. What happened? What's going... Parasites? What... Okay, sorry. We're right behind you, Captain. Lead the way.
Já bych ju aj rád jako poškádlil. Už konec.
Fine work, Captain. You sent those devils back to wherever they came from. Aye, we do have a wee problem, however. The burst I sent, when combined with the power source, created a feedback pulse. The feedback is creating some kind of spatial anomaly, which is beginning to pull the station in. We need to evacuate immediately.
No, tady se nám to trošku protáhlo, už hrajeme přes hodinu, tuhle epizodu. Evacuate K13. Do té wormholy si mi vůbec nechce.
Scott here. The portal's collapsing. We're in for a right bumpy ride.
Everyone's aboard. Get us clear before that portal blows. There she goes. I don't think anyone's ever seen a station do that.
Captain, before K-13 was pulled into the vortex, I picked up a few distress signals from inside the station.
Perhaps not. After all, it was a temporal vortex. They may well survive. In another time. Well then, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Neural parasites, time-traveling raiders. Why, things will seem almost normal once I'm back on the Enterprise. Speaking of, I'm sure the ships here can give me a lift back to her now that they're parasite-free. If Starfleet Command gives you any grief on this, remind them that lives are more valuable than equipment. And you saved a lot of lives today.
I apologize for springing all of this on you at the last minute, and I'll explain more as soon as I can. For now, I can tell you that history is unfolding as it should, and that was not the end of K-13. You're building a fine tradition of making the right decisions in crisis situations. In the meantime, don't talk to anyone about the Nakul or their time travel. We can't risk any further corruption of the timeline.
System scans clear, Captain. Looks like everything's getting back to normal. We can leave the system on your orders.
Tak jo, no, máme za sebou další epizodu a máme jich před sebou ještě tak 100. To si nedělám prdel.
Let me get this straight. K-13, an entire space station, just disappeared into some type of spatial anomaly? And I thought some of Kirk's after-action reports were a little out there. Starfleet Command won't be pleased with the loss of K-13, or the people that were still on board. But they'll be happy to hear about the lives you did save. Good work out there. Keep it up. Stay safe out there.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We have a problem at Babel. Caridian rebels have taken several Federation trade officials hostage. They're threatening to kill them unless the UFP withdraws from the Corridan sector. I'd like you to work with the negotiation team and try to resolve this peacefully.
Tak jo, my budeme mít další epizodu, ale až tak za 5 minut. Já si
I need to
dám...
speak with you in my quarters. I think it's time for that explanation I owe you.
OK, za 5 minut se ozvu zpátky, nebo možná ještě si dám něco na jídlo a spustíme nový stream, ať to není zase zbytečně dlouhé. Takže prozatím se s vámi loučím a uvidíme se při dalším díle.
Now in sector space.